Greetings, everybody. It's Mark Harris and Team Lifetree weekly team meeting. It's Monday, July 15th, and you know what that means. It means it's the week of. It's show week. It's anniversary week. It's the big time 10-year hootenanny in Kansas City. I'm actually joining you from the factory at Franklin, Tennessee tonight. Our kids, this time, same time every year, we have a perennial conflict with Elite Academy wherever it is in the world, and this year is no different because of the reschedule from June. All three of our kids are in multiple performances this week, and so we're having a good time out here in Nashville, and I fly back to Kansas City in preparation to receive everybody at home on Wednesday, and we're looking forward to things getting kicked off on Thursday. So we've got some announcements. If you are not coming to Kansas City, hang in here. Perhaps there's something here of value that will be a benefit to you. Thank you so much for taking the time to jump on tonight. But tonight's primarily intended to benefit those that are coming to Kansas City and benefit and maximize your time. You're taking the days off, you're finding a way to get there, you're spending airfare or you're catching rides, and you got hotels and you got registration, and we want to make this as effective and efficient for you as we can. So let me just hit the salient points as I can. Julie, if you'll help me mute everybody as they come on, that would be great. First of all, we have chosen, as in a couple of events past, to compartmentalize our team on a social media app. It's really a communication platform called The Jump, T-H-E, Jump. And that is insulated from all the noise that we get on Facebook. Jackie Shepard, in conjunction with one of our distributors, Michael Hahn, who's actually a developer for this platform, we're going to make a go of this, and hopefully we can leverage our influence into making this something available for corporate and the wider LifeVantage Nation as well, if we do well, and there's no reason to think we won't. So if you want up-to-the-minute updates, that was redundant, wasn't it? If you want up-to-the-minute notices and news and announcements, you need to download that smartphone app. Now, if you don't have a smartphone, obviously, that means you can't do that. And we will try to have a redundant system, perhaps through your Evo communication back office notification system. But our primary means of disseminating up-to-date information will be The Jump, T-H-E-J-U-M-P. So you can go to the Apple Store, the App Store, download that, or you can go to Google Play, get that for Android or your Samsung Galaxy device, whatever you have. And we're going to, once Kansas City gets rolling, that's where you're going to get those updates. So that's number one. The link to do that, if you're looking for a handy dandy link that you can just click on, it'll take you to that, that download site. It's on the Team Lifetree distributor page. That's what it looks like right there. Interestingly enough, we were just talking about this before we started the call. The Team Lifetree distributor page is designed to help distributors. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm being a little sarcastic. But if you have a prospect that you want to bring in to share information, which we actually have a prospecting group page to do that, and that is the Lifetree Health Network page, not the Team Lifetree distributor page. The Team Lifetree distributor page is exclusively for LifeVantage distributors because of things like this call. I seem to be frozen here. I'm gonna wait for that to, if you guys can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. It's just your face is frozen.
My face is frozen. I see that. So I'll keep talking, and hopefully my my Wi-Fi will update here, and we can continue. So I apologize, guys. That's a really funny looking face I have there. Thursday, things kick off with the leadership meeting for Pro 6s and above. Thursday night, the elite reception, of course. And then Friday night, beside from the general session starting in the morning, breakout sessions starting in the afternoon, The Friday night celebrations ceremony will be, I believe, starting at 7 o'clock. That is a theme-based function. We're doing Back to the Future. So you can come in your 80s attire, in your 50s attire, or come as you are. There's going to be lots of fun stuff. Jason Hewlett, perhaps you've seen him, some of the clips that he has recorded for us on Facebook. That is Friday night. So you don't want to miss that. Also, there's some Saturday events that we want to highlight as well. Specifically, we are still holding on to a team time for Saturday lunch. There I am. Hi, I'm back. That will be immediately following first general session on Saturday morning. So the minute that we are dismissed for break, gosh, I got froze again. We are going to jump over to room 2501C. That's in Charlie, of the Grand Ballroom. And we are still waiting for confirmation that corporate and the convention center are allowing our team lunch. There's a bit of a tussle over whether we can reset from theater style chairs to round tables for food. The caterers are all ready to go. We've got, well, I'll save it for the announcement pending that, that good news. But just hold that spot. That is going to be a team time, whether we're serving food or whether we're bringing food. Right now, that's scheduled for 2501C in the Grand Ballroom. For those of you people of faith, I'll mention this as well. Every corporate event, we try to get together and have some prayer time. So if you're a person of faith and you want to join that, it's very ecumenical, it's non-denominational. That's going to be Saturday morning from 7:15 to 8:30 in room 2503A. 2503A. Daniel Bernard and Kathy Bernard and I will be co-hosting that event. You're welcome to come. If you're not a person of faith, we'd still love to have you. We'll hug it out. And Saturday night, also, you don't, if you're staying in Kansas City Saturday night, you don't want to miss the big building depth rally that will be going on from 7 o'clock till 10 p.m. in the Grand Ballroom Salon B. It's Grand Ballroom Salon B. And goodness knows, I can't even keep up with how many elites are participating with the building depth program now. 20-something, 30-something, I don't know. It's a lot. And I'm going to do my best to be there as well. Great training. And you're going to hear from the best of the best, from Marcel Niederhauser, from Clint Boyles and Tony Krashowitz and Tracy and Bruce, Russell Blanche, Marilyn Johnson, Everett Schilling, Sherry Hollenbach. The list goes on. And it's that alone is worth the price of admission. And I will be there at the building depth session. Also, we're going to be hearing from Brian Tracy, Aaron Brockovich. You may know that name. They will both be headline speakers. And I'll mention one more platform. Corporate is using an app called Crowd Compass. Now that right now is, I don't have anything up on the Team Lifetree group page. If anybody's got that information that can pass that along, that would be great, because I got to go back in and build sets here in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. But if you want updates from corporate and where to know where those breakout sessions are going to be, that's your source digitally for finding out that information. It's the Crowd Compass app, and we're going to do our best to get that to you. All right. Perennially, regularly, we cyclically, we try to pass along words of wisdom for attending events. And these were things that were shared with us by people that have been in the industry for decades. Mostly because it was beneficial, and people like me had never been to a LifeVantage event of any kind, didn't know what to expect, and didn't know how to maximize it. So here's some suggestions. We do this every single time. If you're brand new, you may want to get a piece of paper and a pen and write these down. I have them in the back of my notebook. It's a go-to, and perhaps you'll find these beneficial. Ready to go. Organize your team time ahead of the event. Do some recon. Arrive before the doors open. People at LifeVantage events will get there early. We're crazy. And so if you want a good seat, and I suggest you get a good seat, you're going to want to get there in plenty of time to get in that queue to line up. If you want to sit with your team, make a plan beforehand. Again, I've said this many times, but typically the LifeVantage crew, the LifeTreat team, we try to sit forward, as far forward as we can on the right-hand side. Typically, we end up kind of co-mingling with the Houma, Louisiana, Chad and Sonny Belanger crowd. They're a little crazier than we are and normally make it, somehow they sneak in and get the first 2 rows before we get there. But that's kind of where we like to live. I will say this. Krista and I and Julie and Jerry and Jackie and Glenn are holding seats for you in the elite section. So the way you get to sit with us is you hit elite. And we've got some folks that I think are going to be sitting with us by the next event in Long Beach. We'll see, but they're making a run, and I can't wait for that. I will say this, the most valuable, all the seats are the same. People that pre-registered, you paid the same amount. If you got your registration through a Platinum Pack or Gold Pack, that came free with your enrollment. So in that sense, all the seats are free, but the most valuable seats are the ones in the front of the room. Why? Because the experience is different up front. The energy up front is completely different. The amount of distractions in the front, completely different. The energy that you get to experience with people whose lives are being transformed, and the speakers, and the excitement of the event, and the swag. Those little t-shirt guns don't go past the 15th row. So if you want a t-shirt, come sit in the front, right? Pay close attention to the presenters. It's so important. Our culture is so remarkable in LifeVantage. I'm pretty sure I did not expect what we discovered in the first Elite Academy that we attended in San Diego. I expected balloons and confetti and talk about Ferraris and I don't know, diamond rings and mink coats. I don't know. But what we found was not that. It was real people making a real difference in their lives and other people's lives. And it wasn't just about the bikinis and Lamborghinis, as Darren calls them. And I think for us and people like us, it's really important that you get to hear people like us from different domains, from different walks of life, sharing how they became successful in LifeVantage. And that made all the difference for us. That's why events are so very important. So the key to that is just pay attention. Somebody at some point is going to say something that I need to hear. Somebody is going to say something that your guest or your new distributor needs to hear. So our job is to make space for that to happen, right? As leaders, people are going to watch what we're doing. If you're playing on your iPhone or your iPad or not paying attention, your team's going to see that. It's just a bad example, right? The other thing we've seen with the awesome amount of the awesome content at our events is you can say the same thing 75 times to your new person, your cousin, your brother, your coworker, your new enrollee. They can't hear it from you. But when Sean Poe says it, or Mark Shinsato says it, or Marcel Niederhauser says it, or Tyler Daniel says it, all of a sudden they can hear it. And Carrie Dickey says something, they're like, you know what Carrie said? Like, yeah, that's what I've been saying for 3 months. It's just the way it works. And we have such a density, a saturation of that kind of content that your folks need to be there. So encourage people to not miss any sessions, to not leave any sessions early. Kansas City's got a load of distractions. It's a pretty cool city. There's lots of stuff to do. And it would be easy for somebody in your team to flake out and want to go to, I don't know, Negro Baseball Leagues Museum. Awesome place. They should go, but not during session, right? I think I've made that clear. Take copious notes. This is number 3. Typically, we get a little booklet with a registration pack. I don't think in Charleston we even got one of those. Make sure you've got some sort of substantive notebook that take those notes, because these become the fodder for building your LifeVantage empire for generations. This is the stuff that will enable you to teach your team how to do this, right? So take copious notes. Bring an extra pen. I know it sounds silly, super practical, But if you're writing as many notes as we do, you're probably going to burn through a pen. Bring 2, bring 3, bring 1 to share. The mind has, I got this from Dave Mata, one of our Pro 8 front buddies. He says, the mind has a half-life. You're going to remember approximately half of the things that you can memorize today, tomorrow. I said that awkwardly, but tomorrow you will remember half the things your mind could remember today. The day after that, you will remember half, again, of that number. So it's a logarithmic function. The way you extend the capacity of your brain to retain the information is to write it down, right? So the fundamentals are called fundamentals for a reason. Number 4, arrange to meet with your team or another group after the event for a strategic session and processing. Set a meeting place conducive for conversation. Man, my internet is so bad here. I apologize. Just be intentional. Be intentional with your processing team. If you've got people that you never get to see in your team, you've got distributors downline that you've never met, my goodness, find a way to create some time to meet those people and hug their neck and get to know who they are and what their why is and what they are hearing, and maybe help them process things, because they're going to have questions just like we did. They're going to say, you know, I got a question from my new customer who heard about this lazy man guy and that this is a pyramid scheme, and what do I tell those people? You got to make room for that, right? Number 5, the meeting is in the room. Pet peeve. General session is not the time to go plan your strategy session with your team. That's not the time to do that. People have sacrificed money and time to get there. And the thing that your folks need to hear is probably the thing they're going to miss if you call them in the hallway or you stop them on the way to coffee to talk about, I don't know. LifeVantage events do not schedule bathroom breaks, so you need to run in between those breaks. Axio is not conducive to that dynamic either. Number 6, go to bed early the night before the AM sessions. Friday night, that's going to be a challenge. We're going to go till 10 o'clock during the celebration anniversary time. So you're going to need to be intentional. Get back to the hotel room, get some shut-eye, especially if you're coming to our prayer get-together Saturday morning. And even if not, it drives me nuts. People, you know, the first thing out of the gate Saturday morning is going to be awesome. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be awesome. And for people to miss that first session, they've marginalized their experience. They've marginalized all the sacrifice to get there. So make sure you get to bed early. AM session begins at 9 o'clock. Set your, be in your seat at least 10 minutes before. Number 7, get up early. This is coincidental with that point. Give yourself time to get breakfast. If you exercise in the morning, and the hotels have great exercise rooms downtown Kansas City. If you're bringing kids, just account for all that. If you're a person that likes to get coffee or you got to have some protein, just plan on the coffee lines coming into the convention center being scarce or packed. If there's a coffee place that you spot on the way into town Thursday night around the corner, make sure you make a note of that for Friday and Saturday morning if you need coffee. Saturday night, meeting after the meeting, that's going to be the building depth party, the LV coaching session. This is, for some people, for a lot of people, this is actually the most important time. And then what happens after the building depth meeting, right? Number 9, network. Connect with as many people as you can. If you have new distributors coming or if you have guests coming, this is your time to introduce them to your awesome friends, your awesome leaders. Not that, you know, we're that special, but it does create a bond. Yeah, we are a family, and I mean that. This is the family we got to choose. And when I can bring somebody that we've brought into the company and I can introduce them to some of you, and they can hear your stories and see what you have done, the success that you have had, or some cross-line leaders, there's a bond that's built. It's building reinforcement in the structure, and people feel a sense of belonging and value in that. So make sure you're being intentional. Network and prospect. The people that are checking you in, the bellman, the guy parking your car, the girl waiting on you at lunch. Be intentional. You know, have a 30-second elevator speech ready. Make friends, be friendly. And here's the thing. The people in that room, Friday and Saturday in Municipal Hall, they think like you do. If you can't make friends there, if you can't network there, maybe this isn't the business for you, right? Number 10, Have fun. They say if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. And this is the time to have fun. Yes, be intentional. Yes, get your, get your material, get your content, write your notes. My goodness, this is supposed to be fun, and to me, this is the best part. Especially recognition when people are crossing the stage, the signifying lives are being changed. To me, that's why we get out of bed, and this is our chance to celebrate. This is our Super Bowl, right? This is your lifeline to escape normal and the 40-50 plan. I love y'all, and I'm so excited to be welcoming you to our hometown in Kansas City, where 4 years ago we welcomed Darren Jensen as our new CEO. And I think this is going to be a wonderful end to an era and the launching of the next season in LifeVantage. And I'm so bullish on this next year for LifeVantage and what this event will mean going into the fall and into the winter and into the spring. So if anybody's got any other comments, feel free. Any questions? Julie, I don't know if you've got anything else, sis, that you want to share. But if you missed anything, go back and watch the replay. Once we get that posted again, Team Lifetree distributor page is your immediate source. But as we roll into Kansas City, the jump will be Team Lifetree's primary source for disseminating information. Always, we'll try to get everything on Team Lifetree Facebook group. And as far as corporate announcements, those again are going to come through the Crowd Compass app. So that's all I've got from Franklin, Tennessee. Julie, back to you.
Hey, Mark, thank you so much. That was incredible, so thorough. I love hearing you do this before every event. So that's great. I am super excited to see everyone and to hug everyone's neck. I so look forward to just the LifeVantage family time. It's incredible. It's such an encouragement. So I'm excited to see you all. And please come up and give me a hug the minute you see me, and we'll have some time together. So thank you so much for being on here. For those of you who are not going, we look forward to you making it a priority to go to the next one, which is in October, I believe, in Long Beach, California. So with that, we're just going to call it a wrap. And thanks, everyone, for joining us. We love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.